Hello, everybody, and how we all doing today? All right. I'm so happy to finally have Wilhelm back. What is up, Wilhelm?
Not much.
Not much. Cool.
Not much. Back from vacation.
Yeah, do you enjoy being all drunk and stuff?
Yeah. Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
Did you say you actually watched the VOD?
I did. I always watch the VOD, even when I'm writing my notes, just because I want to make sure I have all the details.
Nice. Will, they're saying you're being quiet, but that's might not be on my end. Yeah, it's certainly
I've
not.
never been told I'm quiet ever.
Certainly not on my end, I don't
what
think.
little I have learnt of this family, quiet
I've-
seems to be a state you understand.
I've never been called quiet in my life.
Accuse Davises of being a quiet bunch.
There we go. That may have fixed it right there.
Yeah, Scott just didn't want me to outshine him. That's why.
Yeah. All right. Music is too loud. All right, that should fix everything. I found out what it was. Cool. Problem is, I was playing a video game before, and the music for that video game is way quieter than this music. So I have to like jack up the music to make it work, and then blah 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 blah. Anyways, there we go. That should be 1,000 times better. How's everybody doing today? Good.
Good.
We're
Can't
good.
complain.
Awesome.
Yeah, pretty good.
I'm excited for today because we should not have any technical difficulties today. So there shouldn't be any issues moving forward. So last session was kind of fun. I had a lot of fun last session. Aaron, did you see I got your token on there? I had a lot of fun last session. How about you guys? How was Eric, Will? Sorry, yeah, Eric and Will. What were your take of last session?
What?
Did you have fun last session?
Last session I wasn't here.
That was the joke. Okay, so I missed Nick, right? I missed him very much, but I'm glad to have him returned home. Though Nico was a fun experience, I will admit, one-upping Luca at every turn was pretty satisfying.
Oh, by the way, you only like Nico only ever pretended to one-up Luca. Like his roles were way worse than Luca's.
That's because you were too busy fucking having a concussion like a little bitch.
Ugh.
Ugh, I got a shocking grasp on me. Ugh, I fell down a set of stairs.
Boo-boo.
Well, so we're going to recap last session really quickly. Just so everybody knows, I'm still waiting for Twitch to put through the other emoticon. It's annoying, but they're a little bit of a struggle because I imagine a ton of people put theirs through. So, moving forward, the way that last session kind of left off, well, the way it started was Kieran could not get through an illusionary wall. Luca was trying to assist her get through the illusionary wall. The other two were sneaking up on a bunch of goblins and hobgoblins that had Reich in a cell. Kieran gets pulled through the wall by Luca, simultaneously shocking the hell out of him wearing metal armor. So he falls down, smacks his head, knocks him out cold after getting electrocuted, gives the poor guy a concussion. They're all of a sudden get jumped into combat, so they didn't have time to look back and make sure Luca was okay. They're like, okay, go. He's got it. He's good. So they go rushing forward to go actually get into the combat, make sure things are going well. They pretty much obliterate the enemy. I mean, you guys took like a couple of hits, but overall, you pretty much obliterated the enemy. And then, after all that's said and done, you my brain's not working. After that's all said and done, finally, Luca kind of like comes stumbling out. He's clearly stumbled. He got woken up by a very loud spell that Kieran had cast. Finally, you guys are like, okay, let's let Reich out of the cage. You guys let Reich out of the cage. He jumps up and stabs Aaron's character, Kieran, knocks her unconscious, almost kills her, but gets immediately overwhelmed by the party. He tries to stay and fight for, I think, 1 round, and then gets a shit kicked out of him and goes, bye, and he runs away.
Out the hole.
Yeah, he just runs and jumps.
Just leaps.
He just jumps out of the hole. Yeah, apparently Elf had like something in his eye because he couldn't see anything. So he goes trying to look and he's like, I guess he went splat and died. Okay, cool. That was a thing. And there we go. They go rushing forward. They find smoke. They go running off to find out where the smoke is. Like, where's Reich? We don't know where he is. Oh, Luca, are you okay? Okay, Luca, maybe you should take some time off. You just go carry this prisoner back to the prison.
Have a nap.
Bye-bye, Luca. Bye-bye, Luca. And then you guys go running, flying after where it is. You see this billowing smoke coming from, and you find out there was an explosion in the city. Maybe you would have actually seen the explosion if you didn't roll really shitty on all of your perception checks, Ollie. But there was a huge explosion in the city, and because you had rolled so poorly on your perception checks, you literally get there just in time to see Reich 30 feet below a balcony, hanging from his neck on the verge of death. We're talking like 2 or 3 rounds away from dying of being choked to death by hanging. You're able to swoop in there, save Reich, but immediately after you save Reich, Stalbor makes a decision. He looks up, and what does he see? Looking down at him, with a smug look on his face, like he's just won everything, looking down at him like some sort of victor, what does he see? The very man that took from Stalbor one of his new dearest friends. And so looking up and seeing Odette's murderer, oh, no. He could not let that man continue to stand. So what does he do? He flies that disc up, the very disc that was Odette's, the very disc given to them by her house, and uses that thing like a fucking Destructo disc from DBZ, flies it at the guy full throttle, smashes into him, throwing him into a brick wall, having it collapse on top of him in a goddamn burning building, putting himself in the burning building. Putting Luca's brother in the burning building, but that's okay. Stalbor did it because he's a boss. I just takes out the boss, one shot, in like the most heroic way, saving, giving vengeance to Odette's death. It was beautiful, or at least one step of vengeance for Odette. It was beautiful. It was amazing. Immediately after that, there's a little bit of intimidation. We scare all the gobos and whatever to run away. Go away, gobos. And then finally, there is a time to like heal, a time to get better. So how do you guys get better? You go back to the same hospital you were at before. Luke is there. He's got a concussion. He actually passed out and lost the goblin he was supposed to bring into a cell. What's her name? Kieran and Stalbor are pretty fine, beat up, but pretty fine. Reich needs a couple days to heal up. He's been tortured and stuff like that and been a prisoner for many days. So it takes several days before he's, 2 days, I think, for him to even stand, 4 days before he's like officially released from the cell. You guys wrote a couple of letters, which I thought was hilarious. Both of your letters were to family members, and both of your letters started off with something along the line of, let's skip the pleasantries, which I was like, somebody was lazy writing a letter. Oh, so funny. But
Karen's not gonna sugarcoat things.
No. It was just funny. I giggled, but the letters are well written. You can find them on the Obsidian portal over in the forum section. Obsidian portal link is down below. While I'm at it, I'm gonna say scroll down below, click on that Discord button, and hang out when we're offline, so we can all continue chatting. Moving on. So you guys are finally back up, feeling better, getting out of the hospital. Luca was kind of like in and out. Like when you had seen him, it was like his concussion was subsiding. He was healing, but he still just needed time to rest. I can't recall. Please remind me, Reich or Eric, did you guys do anything else at the very end of the session? Or was it, okay, we're healed now, we'll start doing stuff next session?
We didn't really do anything. We pretty much ended after we healed up.
Okay.
You convinced the city guard to help you with your speech.
Oh, that's right.
Help gather a crowd, that kind of thing.
That's right. And you said you were going to deliver. You were going to deliver a speech starting this session.
Yeah.
So, before we worry about Luca, since Reich had an entire week to prepare his speech.
Which I'm totally prepared for.
Of course, absolutely, 100% prepared for. So, since you're completely prepared for that speech, we're all waiting to hear your speech.
You've got to set the scene for us, Scott. All
right, set the scene for me.
Okay, sure. We will totally buy you a few extra moments. So the what? Oh, I'm sorry. What was funny? Did I miss something?
Yeah, you did.
Nothing at all, Scott. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so
physical comedy.
So what happens is you're trying to gather together as many people as you can of the city of Sharn to be like, hey, come in, city of Sharn. Listen to me. Let me give this me as a hobgoblin representative of the hobgoblin people. Listen to me explain words of heroism and whatnot. So you speak to the city guard, you speak to any official you can get your hands on using your feature from your backgrounds to try to get them to pull together the masses for like words of wisdom, words of like condolences for losses or whatever, and words of solidarity. So you're there standing at the tower that was broken. You were flown up via a House Orion floating disc. You were floated up to the very tower where you were, the very ledge where you were hung from. However, much of it has fallen. The exact spot where you were hung from has fallen, has crumbled to the ground. But there's still small portions left that are strong enough to at least hold one person. And so you're standing on that ledge. There are many people around watching, just like there were before when you were hanging there. But now you're standing there over your own grave, as it were. Ready to give a speech to those that are willing to listen. They have offered to magically enhance your voice, should you choose to do so.
Yeah, I'll accept that just because I don't have a really good theater voice, so they wouldn't hear me very well if I don't get it magically enhanced.
Mm-hmm.
So Reich takes a moment before he begins to speak, and he looks back at the rubble behind him, and shakes his head, and what any outsider would interpret as sadness. He looks to the crowd, and begins. How many days has it been since the incident?
I'm sorry, I was just seeing something that's really funny. Like, what's up, Luca? That's really funny. So, you'd have to see it on the stream.
Scott, you weirdo.
That was really weird. How did that just happen? Eric, days since the incident. There we go. No, it was just something really weird happening on the stream. I literally had William behind me.
What?
It's the weirdest thing. I was like, I was entirely accidental. It's all better now. It's been 3 days since the incident.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. My apologies. It's been it's the 5th morning since the incident. 5 days since the incident. My apologies.
So, I say, 5 days ago, a blow was struck against goblin kind in this city. However, the tragedy was not shared by goblins alone. It is a tragedy that has struck everyone who lives in this city and loves this city. For an attack against one of the citizens of Sharn is an attack against every citizen of Sharn. I have been in this city for what amounts to less than a moment in its grand history. But in my time here, I have gotten to see many of the sights, down to the lowest depths, up to the highest tops, where the sun shines so bright that it feels like there could be no dawn. But dawn always comes. This moment here is a chance. For a long time, the goblin kind and the other mortal races have seen themselves as separate, as two entities. They call each other derogatory names: red blood, green blood. But the color of our blood matters not when it is spilt on the ground. Today I come to you not as a representative of Dargoon, not as a representative of the hobgoblins of Sharn, but as Reich. My father, when I was young, told me that the one way that we can accomplish anything is with assistance, with aid, with friends. In this moment, I call upon the city of Sharn. I call upon those loyal to come to the aid of those who you call friend. This building will stand again, and when it does, it will stand as a bastion for all who call themselves friend to the goblin kind. I just hope. And he takes another moment, to look back at the rubble, which to most people on the ground just looks like a very sincere moment, but the small smile forms on his lips as he looks back, and then a serious face as he looks back to the crowd. I just hope that some good can come from this distress. I thank you for your time. The gods bless all of you. And that's where I end it.
Do me a favor.
Indeed.
Your words as a PC were great, but the delivery of the character might be a little bit different, so I have to ask this. Could you roll for me a persuasion check, because that's technically what it is. However, if you would like, you can use your constitution instead of your charisma, if that's better, because you're literally showing toughness of where you are and whatnot, and you of course do have advantage on this roll. You are going into this, everybody knowing what your plan was. If any party member has an ability that they would like to give to you to try to assist you with this. Anybody, a special ability, a feature? If only we had stopped being that, yeah.
All right. Don't get excited. I don't have any spells that can buff your charisma. I don't have that enhanced ability yet.
Well, Constitution definitely way outweighs my charisma. So what I roll will have a 3 added on to it, because my charisma is a +2, and my charisma is a -1, and my Constitution is +2. So
cool.
I will roll Persuasion at advantage, and then add a 3 to whatever my roll is.
That is absolutely hilarious.
Not great.
Slightly better than average.
No, but it's still technically average. It's not a bad speech or anything like that. So so with your 11, again, the words were nice and certainly would carry with people, which is why you got the 11. However, just your character's delivery of the words. Reich is to Red Bloods. He comes off very different. Like, those could have been a powerful speech to goblinoids, to green bloods, as much as, whatever. But to specifically the people here, it's like the way you delivered your words, your turn of phrase, your stance, all of that stuff. Maybe your timing, maybe it was a few days too late, whatever the case may be, it just did not hit them as strong as maybe you would have hoped. But if you just read the words off of a paper, it would have been great. So you walk away knowing success, just not to the degree that you had hoped for. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
So you finally are able to come off that platform. The people that meet you up there immediately do congratulate you for your words, because they are more goblin kin in their mindset. So you get your additional another +2 against them. They're more they're more familiar with that way of speech.
Yep.
So they congratulate you. Good speech. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. You go down to be amongst the crowd and back with your friends. And one of the things that you notice is at some point in time during the speech, you don't know when, Luca, it was at the very beginning, you were able to hear the whole thing. Luca finally was able to come out of his bed and join the rest of the party. So probably 3/4 the way through, halfway through, somewhere in there, he actually stands next to the party, but he did hear the whole thing. He was within earshot. So as you fly down, I imagine they all gave each other silent nods, but as you fly down to rejoin your friends, you can all actually say hello to each other if you'd like.
Hello.
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 It's good to see you out of bed.
I'll give Reich a nod and be like, it's good to see you're in one piece.
Only just.
Did you have a good nap?
I completely ignore. I look at
No,
Salvor.
it's called sleeping. Humans, they have this thing called sleeping. Especially when they're injured or in otherwise distressed, they lay in beds, and beds are very interesting. The use of them as a furniture, they fascinate my people.
Right.
I look at.
Right, just puts his hands lightly on Stalbor's shoulder.
I'll nod along.
I'll look at. Yeah, I'll look at Stalbor and say, yeah, I think half elves sleep too.
Maybe
It's
they are.
Korvar. call me half off again, I'll put you back in the fucking hospital.
That's not very friendly.
So,
No, it's not. But does she strike you as a very friendly person?
I have no idea what you mean by that.
None of us are very friendly people. Luca's the most friendly person. He's like a... What do you call him?
I snicker.
The word does not translate correctly from my tongue.
So I'll give like a. I'll give a. I guess it would just be like resting bitch face. That's what you get. You get resting bitch face.
Well, you did
And
put
I'll
him.
say-
You did give him a concussion.
Yeah. You're getting resting. But I was just trying to help you. But anyway, you're getting resting bitch face, and then Luca's gonna say he's gonna look at the party. Well, all of what happened aside, you did help us, and we did get Reich back, and I do respect that. And you see still a bit of sternness in his face, and I believe we said that in exchange for your help, we would help you.
Indeed, you did.
So, what's our next step?
Well, I mentioned before that I think the best course of action would be to try to track down the amulet, just because I have no other leads at the moment. I don't particularly fancy trying to investigate House Farland, mostly because, you know, they're a house of spies, and I'm not eager to, you know, spy on them myself, because I don't think the chances of that working out are very high.
Well, if this person is as good as we consider them to be, if they truly stole the amulet, I highly doubt they would have just sold it to anyone. Because my understanding is such an amulet is a rather powerful item and would not
is.
easily drop into the black market.
You'd be surprised what you find in black markets, and grey markets, and white markets.
Really any color market.
Well, my intention was to ask House Madani for help.
Who are those?
Yeah, same response.
They are the other Corvair.
Oh,
Dragon
did
Mark
you?
House.
The
There was
other one?
there was obviously a PC
Corvair.
mistake and not a character mistake.
No, that was a character mistake.
No.
I don't like it.
The other Corvair, Dragon Mark House. We have a history of helping one another, and it's possible they would be willing to do so. However, I don't exactly
What do they
have
do?
the funds on hand to pay for them. They find things,
Oh, well.
detection,
That
divination
seems-
magic.
Well, we'll simply just, you know, we'll say that we'll give them a favor so that we can complete your favor, and then we'll complete their favor, and it'll keep going until you're all of retiring age. And
Isn't
I
this a
still have
RuneScape quest?
That's how adventuring works. Okay, so that was my idea. However, you mentioned black markets, and I will look at Salbor. Perhaps you could ask around there as well.
Why do
How
you
does that
think I
sound?
know where the black market is? I don't know where the black market
You-
is at all.
You just mentioned
I
black
look
market.
very plainly at you.
Even Aeronel had black markets. Fine.
I'm gonna step in and just be like, does he look like the type of person that would be shopping at a black market? Very, very
Well-
sternly.
Well,
Currently, he's wearing House Leondar clothing, so I just kind of
Yeah.
like look at him and look at back to Luca. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. No, yeah. Lucas still just that's what he says. He's just blindly just. Does he look like the type?
I used
It,
to
like,
be a
kinda
city
points.
guard, you know, which means
Oh.
I do know where that kind of gathering usually takes place. Perhaps me and Luca could go and find a black market, and you could talk to the other house.
absolutely. I think that would work fine. Who, Scott? Just off the cuff, would it be better to bring a member House Denise with me or not? Like, or just would a random hobgoblin be like seen as less offensive?
Honestly, if you're trying to do some house-to-house stuff, maybe just you. If you're
Yeah.
trying to do just hire them like normal, like if you don't already have some pre-established relationship with them, hiring them like normal, you can just bring whoever you want, bring the whole party.
I mean, we could just do everyone goes to one thing and everyone goes to the other thing.
What's our
Sorry,
money
no, man.
situation? What's the group gold?
We have around 3,000 gold.
I am
I have
also
around
going to
3,000
send
gold.
some letters out to my house, hoping they could help, perhaps financially, with this.
Mm-hmm.
And Scott, at this point in time, this is when I would send the letters to Halabar and my uncle.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't wrote the one to the uncle yet because
Yep.
we haven't talked about that yet.
Yep.
But my intention, although it didn't come off that way, is to perhaps get them involved in this as beneficiaries. That probably won't work out with Halabar, but we'll see.
Just as a reminder
that
to all
goes.
of y'all, Halabar is Dane's father.
Cool.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. So, you write off your letters, and you're going to send them off now, but then you intend to
Yep.
go and speak to House Madani to see what they can find out.
Yep.
Cool. So, you guys do just that. Where do you go to... Where you, so you're going to go to the House Madani market and speak to the people there. Who are you bringing with you is what I meant to ask.
We might as well all go together for
I'll go
now.
together for both things. Yeah.
Yeah,
Since we don't have a lot of leads anyway.
exactly. You know.
Out of the game, I would like to remind Will that he has a lot of hobgoblin weapons, and I kind of need a I kind of need a greatsword.
Yeah.
Well, no,
was
no,
actually-
no. You don't know that he has those weapons.
Exactly. That's why I said
Right.
out of the game.
Out of game.
Oh,
You didn't-
okay.
No, but
In-game, I don't know
honestly,
shit
I
about
would
that.
I would want to go back to House Beneath anyway to just like reconfirm that obviously they know we've gotten Reich back and that we found our friend, but just to have that like quick little
We
conversation.
can split up for a bit and then rejoin and go to the house so that you can get the sword, then you can give the sword, and you know all of that.
So,
Okay. So, you guys said you're going to split up for a little bit. Is that what it was?
Go in the house, Denise. Say, check in what's up, and then we'll go together and talk to the other.
Gotcha. Okay. So, so that's Luca. You go to House Beneath. You were met. You were met there with you had your own part inside the things that happened. Those that weren't aware that you were involved at all, try to fill you in on what was happening. I don't know how you take to that.
I would just be respectful of it, just like, oh yeah, yeah.
Cool. And so yeah, that some people are like, oh yeah, what you did, and some people are kind of like, oh yeah, so did you hear what your brother did?
I try my hardest to be just respectful and not bring the attention to me, but you could probably noticeably see like just like a bulge like right here, just like that vein just kind of little bit, just you can see I'm really annoyed, but I try not to let it show.
Okay. So you got like that DBZ kind of like vein poppy thing that is Vegeta. So
Vegeta, yeah, I'm Vegeta-ing right now.
okay, so that happens, and they more or less leave you be. You go through the house. Nobody really bothers you beyond that, so you can just grab the things that you wanted to grab and leave, unless there was another action you wanted to take here.
The only other thing is the original, I believe it was one of the elders of the house that I talked to about starting all this. I would want to ask him what was happening with the goblins, like the trial and such.
Mm-hmm. So they're taking all of the information that was oh yeah, that remind no because your brother came in and gave all the information, and that's right. So if you go to speak to him, like to set up a meeting with him, you would get word back that your brother has already filled him in on the information. You don't have to. So you're like, hey, what's going on with that? Like asking questions, and your response is, your brother already filled me in on what's going on. Thank you so much for what you've done. You can of course,
when I leave,
you can of course try again. You know, like no, I was trying to ask questions, not give things, but.
No, yeah, just getting that response and having them already made me a bit annoyed. I would actually probably just leave, and it would be like people would note that I'm walking away like aggravated. So like as I'm walking through like the hall and all that, people would probably be like, "Oh, I don't really want to talk to him. He looks pissed." You know what I mean?
RBF, right? You already said it.
Yeah.
RBF.
Resting bitch face comes back, and I'm just kind of like, and if anyone does start trying to talk to me about my brother or anything again, I'd be very short with them, no longer like friendly, and like I'd be like, enough. Just want to keep walking.
Okay, so you do just that. You push on. You keep walking. So, anyways, the You guys, as you're walking, sorry, I just realized something, so my brain skipped a beat for a second there. So as you guys keep walking, you head back to the party to meet up with them. You've got the bundle of weapons on you, which, if I remember correctly, what you happen to have on you for weapons were a naginata, and a katana, and something else too. Can't remember what it was. Something else too. What was the other one,
I
Eric?
forget.
Eric, what are your proficiencies?
Greatsword.
Yes, that's the. It's naginata, right? Not ninjutsu.
Yeah.
Naginata is a glaive, or yeah, glaive.
You might be correct. I'm trying to remember which one it is. Of course, I tried to
Don't
write.
ask me. I'm not a weeb.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's the glaive. It's the nodachi.
Ask Aaron.
It's the nodachi. So you got a nodachi,
Nodachi.
a katana, and what was your other proficiency? Because you have 5 proficiencies.
Jesus Christ. Hold on, let me see. I have so many goddamn proficiencies.
Oh, boo-hoo. Look at Reich. Able to use all the weapons.
Alright, so
You did
short
put it in
bow, long sword, short sword, glaive. Oh, do I not have it here? Hold on one second. Yeah.
there. You get 2 more.
Short sword, short bow, glaive, great sword, longbow.
Longbow would have been one of them. There was another one, so you're missing one. It sounds like, but that's not the end of the world. So you do get a
Oh,
naginata.
Morning star.
Oh, Morning Star, because you had a melee weapon too. I can't remember what that one's called. So you get a naginata, a ninja, a nodachi, and a katana. Those are the 3 weapons that he brings you. Okay, awesome. There we go. Weeb out of the way. You have your 3 swords that are specialized for your style of combat. So one of the things that you note, Luca, is one of the reasons why you kept them is because not only are they like very impressive swords, but they're clearly older swords of Dakani make. So these are very old swords that you have here, not recently forged ones. So, sorry, that took me a minute to remember what they were all called. So you have all 3 of those weapons. You get to plug them in there. They literally work like a long sword, a great sword, and a glaive. Okay. Plug that stuff into your character sheet. You meet up with the party so you guys can chat that exchange. So Luca, do you just drop them at his feet, or how do you do this?
No, I would say like, well, Reich, when you were taken, I brought many forces back to those caves, and we swept through the place looking for you. There was not much to find, but we did find these weapons, and I would lay them carefully at his feet. They're very impressive, and I think that they belong with you much more than they belong with me. You'd be much more of the rightful owner.
I looked them over for a few moments, and I kind of I look like I'm looking for some words for a few moments, and I just simply say, "Thank you." And I pick up the weapons with like almost the way you would like cradle a child for a moment, and I grasp onto them and then begin strapping them to my body, just nonchalantly dropping my short sword and stuff on the ground.
Well,
And
your
unless
short
anyone
sword
else-
you can still use.
Yeah, but
But I'm not gonna.
realistically, I'm not going to.
So the benefits that you have, just as a reminder, is if you use your short sword, you can also make a melee attack that round. If you do not use your short sword, if you use a long sword or any of the other specifically ones that you get from your class, not like ones that aren't monk weapons, then you get to use the other bonus action feature, which is just do an extra d4 damage to anybody you've already attacked. Comprende?
Indeed.
So just a reminder that the short sword has some value. That short sword happened to have been a broken katana. So, all right. So you get those, you get all that stuff together. Where is it you guys intended to go from here?
I think we were gonna go to check the black market first. I believe that makes the most sense. Right?
Yeah, logically.
I
'cause
would
then
agree with that. Yeah.
If we find it,
Yeah,
we
if we
don't-
find it, we don't need to hire
find it.
anyone.
No
Yeah.
problem. So Ollie, you're able to kind of like lead them around to find the black market, or just to look for things in the black market. So everybody's going to make their own separate roles on this one because you're not really going to be able to assist each other. All you actually have advantage on this. Everybody else is just going to be rolling. This is going to be Luca. You roll at disadvantage. Kieran, you're going to roll normal, and Reich, you're going to roll normal. Luca, you have disadvantage because you look like a cop. You smell like a cop.
You look like a cop. Sure.
Just the way it goes. You literally look identical, sans a beard, to a famous cop, a famous detective. Right. So, anyways, what you guys are rolling is a persuasion check to try to find out where the place is.
Just so you know, you would have noticed a slight bit of stubble on Luca's face. The 5 days in the hospital. Persuasion.
It might happen like while we're trying to figure this out. But like as we're walking, I will mention, by the way.
What type of role was this again?
You know, where did Nico go? Like, I actually really enjoyed his company. Like, is there any way he could help us?
Trust me, you don't want that kind of individual looking for a black mark. I was in my uniform,
Eric.
like he was.
Sorry, I was switching it off the advantage.
Oh, okay.
And trust me, me in my uniform was a sight to behold. It's beautiful.
You don't want the copy. You want the original.
All right.
Who's that?
You're twins. Like.
I was born first.
Really? Oh, he looks so much older.
Your twin was here?
It's the beard.
Yeah, you can't really.
Oh, right. You didn't get to meet Nico?
I was indisposed.
No, you honestly thought Luca saved you.
Yeah, it was like, no. I said no. I was saved by you lot. When was he around?
No, yeah, we saved you. Yeah.
I'm sorry that your beard was burnt off in the fire.
It's fine. It's fine. I needed a good shave anyway.
I wanted to.
Kieran is like dying laughing.
Can I roll deception? I want to roll deception because I kind of want to fail.
I would give myself disadvantage because my character wants to believe that they saved him.
Okay.
I have no reason to disbelieve it, but yeah, I am fairly wise, so this may be.
I hope I fail, to be honest. So, it'd be much funnier.
Yeah. He believes you.
He believes you. Okay, so as long as you keep that ruse going. So, anyways, you guys are there. You are. Having just saved it, and you're looking through the black market. So you guys are all walking around Stahlbor trying to find a couple of things. So what ends up happening is Luca, sorry, where are you first? Reich has absolutely terrible success. No success whatsoever. Nobody wants to work with a hobgoblin right now. After what just happened, everybody's scared. Nobody really wants to talk to him. So sadly, your speech that you gave, while emboldening, your face wasn't remembered from it. It wasn't memorable enough to remember who you are, so they just see a hobgoblin. They're like, eh. Luca walks around and he's able to find like a couple of like shady places and get a little bit of and find a few things, but nothing at all what he's looking for. Just a couple of shady markets. He's like, oh, remind me to tell the cops about these later. Just remember, snitches get something. Stahlbor walks around with Luca and finds those same shops assisting him. However, not much there. Kieran, however, who has a face that fits in those shops, certainly dresses like somebody that belongs there and has the personality of a dead rabbit. Kieran shows up and walks around looking for places and wherever she can find. And she certainly does find some shady markets. One of the cool things she does find, though, sadly, she's not able to finds the necklace that she's looking for. It just doesn't happen. However, she does find information of a place that people that had stolen stuff off of the body and where they're selling things. So she goes to investigate that market, and she does not find the necklace, as I said, but she does sadly find some of his clothing and even like a necklace that he often, not a necklace, sorry, a bracelet that he often wore. So something of sentimental value to him that she always
Right.
thought was gaudy and obnoxious even before he lived the life that he came to die with.
Mhm.
So,
So I will purchase those belongings.
okay. So you're going to purchase all of them?
Yep, if I can.
Absolutely. So he's like, so you go over, you're looking at these things, you obviously are interested in them, and so you grab them, you're looking for more. You spend actually a considerable amount of time, so more time than any of them did searching around for places, not through lack of effort from them, it's just you were more driven for obvious reasons, and successful, which took up time. So you spend a considerable amount of time searching through the shop, and you find everything that you can, and the guy's like, yeah, that's all gonna come up to about 215 gold pieces right there, it will, yep.
And I say absolutely not.
Oh, I mean, it's 200. Look at that bracelet right there. That is a beautiful thing if I ever saw a beautiful thing. And it
Yeah,
does go
stolen
well with your
property.
eyes.
Stolen property from my dead fiance. So tell you what, I'll give you 100 gold, and I won't burn down your establishment. How's that sound?
Well, listen, nothing here is stolen, and I don't know anything about anybody's fiancés, so I
100
can't.
gold, and they won't burn down your establishment.
So you're gonna do an intimidation check on this one.
Yeah.
I
Are
don't
we
know.
here or are we in different shops?
Different shops. I don't know their lady.
Oh gosh, no. Okay.
Listen here,
I'll
I'll
go
go
burn
burn
down
down your shop. So
Yeah.
Ah,
You're,
okay.
you're like a 4-year-old.
Yep.
So he's not intimidated by what you say. So he's like, yeah, I'm thinking
Yeah.
250 gold is going to be what
I
it costs.
slam the 100 gold down on the counter, and I take the things and I walk away.
Guards! 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 And actually starts calling for guards.
This
and
is where Kieran gets arrested.
sadly, there are many different shitty shops all throughout Sharn. And you're like,
In Sharn,
wait,
in the Love
do I
District?
hear
You're
somebody
not
calling
hearing
for
that.
guards 6 miles away
Yeah.
from me? 6 miles up?
That butcher shop next door is awful loud.
So,
Alright.
Would you really separate that far though?
yes, Sharn is ginormous,
imagine,
and there are
yeah,
many
you
different
could
shitty areas
try-
in Sharn.
Hmm.
Kind of wood off.
Because you guys are trying to spread out and hit all the different areas. Obviously, you're
I don't
trying to stick to where he
have
died, but things spread out
Any
from there.
subtle ways to murder this person?
Jeez.
It's done.
Oh.
So he's calling for guards. I will say you can start to act after he says guards 3 times.
Alright.
3 haulers is a free action, right? Excuse me while I give you exposition while I give you an expositive monologue as a free action. So,
Alright.
go ahead. What do
I'm
you
just
do?
gonna
Yeah.
remind. I'm just gonna remind Erin that she does have inspiration.
I do have inspiration.
Also, running's fun.
Running isn't fun.
I mean, it is for runners.
Do you have that dagger?
They're wrong.
Alright, so, yeah, we're gonna cast Chromatic Orb on this guy.
Okay.
Jesus.
Christ!
Really good. Well, hold on. What flavor of choice?
We're gonna
Chromatic
do
Orb is so-
fire. Fire, but we're gonna do the way we talked about me doing fire damage, which was the hot swirling air.
Yep.
Which I really liked. And the,
So
Or
don't talk to me about it. You describe it for everybody else.
Oh yeah, no. So you've seen, or the audience, I guess, has seen Karen cast a spell before, where she just holds up her hand, like, and just this ball of energy appears. However, instead of being, like shocking and sparking, this time it is just a swirling mass of. It just appears to be energy, but it's actually hot air that is colliding inside. She's gonna throw it at this gentleman, and I assume I hit.
Yeah, with a 23. Yeah, you hit.
I do that damage.
Wow.
Jesus.
This is why
I
we
will
all
then
defuse
fly
it.
back with tempestuous magic.
Oh,
And
okay.
I
And
will,
because you're in
see
Sharn,
what
because you're in Sharn, you fly back how far?
It's a 5 feet, an extra 5 feet per spell level.
15.
So 15 total.
Yeah, I think that's right. That's what we had said. So
Yeah.
15
Yeah.
feet, and then roll
So,
for me a stealth because I imagine you're trying to get the flip out of flop.
Yep.
Okay.
I will use my inspiration on the stealth roll.
Oh,
What? You're gonna fuck it up.
Oh.
Well, not bad.
No.
Ominous.
not horrible. How far did you get away before you cast?
Horrible.
How far did you get away before you cast the orb? It wasn't far.
Yeah. So I can cast the orb pretty far away. I imagine I was on the other end of the shop, like unless he came up to me and was like in my face about it.
No, I gotcha. So you're at the other side of the shop, and that's where you did it,
Yeah.
and you did that and kind of like flew out the doors.
Yep.
Okay. Well, flying out the door is a little bit more conspicuous, but so that's probably the reason why you got only a 13, because you very well hid it yourself afterwards. Just people kind of followed the line of sight of the person that flew out the doors. So you go blast the person. They just like the air, the superheated air whipping around them is enough to just char their body and burn their body. Just like if you were to open up the oven and get that blast of air in your face, right?
Yeah.
Is enough to char their body and burn them. So it absolutely kills the guy. But more than that, what?
Great.
Oh
No,
yeah,
no,
it's 19 points of damage, ridiculous. But more than that, it also is enough to set aflame a few items in the shop. So with
good.
things under your arm, you blast yourself through the doorway, and then just turn and start running through the streets to try to get to some sort of cover. And where do you go from
I think
there?
that went well.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep going.
Does she say that to herself as she's running away?
Literally why we always become fugitives in these games.
I think it's been fine. Yeah,
I'm gonna wake up in a holding cell
I'm gonna try
again.
to find the party.
Thanks,
Because
Mike.
they agreed to help me.
Oh,
Well, you know, I know.
he just called you
I know
Mathis.
how much. I know how much Scott loves chaotic sorcerers in his Eberron games. So.
Fucking hate you.
So anyways, you guys are so you go running, trying to not get seen. Sadly, people did notice what you just did, and eyes are still following you with that stealth roll. What's your immediate next tactic to try to get back to somewhere? One was your destination, and two was what's your tactic?
I mean, all my spells are just so stealthy.
All our
Mage
spells
armor.
are just in your face.
Mage armor is my next immediate course of action.
Sure, and then where do you fly when you do that?
Into buildings. If I can jump off of something, that'd be nice because it's Sharn. So there are different levels to things.
Problem
So
is
I can,
you're
like,
already
just
very
jump
down low, so all you can really go is even more down. Like you're already pretty much in the upper cogs. You can just go to the
You're in
lower
Stalbor's
cogs.
town right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Stalborville, USA.
Look out for those.
Is that a
murder
dead
hobos.
hobo or a pile of rats? Who knows?
Yeah.
It might not be the worst thing to go further
Everyone's
down.
favorite game show.
That's fine.
so you want to go
Pile of
further?
rats eating a dead
Yeah.
hobo.
You want to go further down?
Yeah, let's try that.
Okay. So
Is
how
that a
does
hobbit? No.
so now that you're way down there,
Stay down there.
what is your goal from here?
I'm just going to. Shit. I don't know. I've never been like this kind of character before.
So
where
you know
I just came-
Stalbor's old home was in Lower Dura. You
yeah.
were previously in Lower Central. But sadly you're in the lower cogs now, which is where hobgoblins and shit like that are. So
That's fine. I met one hobgoblin. He was pretty nice. Like,
sure,
crazy.
sure, but also other not good things. So
No, I guess I'll make my way to Stalbor's house.
so it's sticking to the lower
Does
areas.
Kieran know Stalbor's house?
Oh, Kieran doesn't. I forgot.
Also, what's wrong with there being hobgoblins here?
That's what I'm saying.
This is the shitty area of hobgoblins, not the hobgoblins that are choosing to be civilized.
Oh, these are the bad hobgoblins.
Absolutely.
I see how it is.
Absolutely.
Hashtag not all hobgoblins.
Yeah.
Um,
So you're traveling through the dangerous areas down below. More or less after roll me your insight check. No bueno. Just okay.
Hope you rolled a new character. Kieran's gonna get
Jeez.
shanked. In prison, out of prison, take your bets.
Okay, there we go. You with your 6 insight check, you just keep walking through the streets. You just like, meh. I'm just
yeah,
gonna.
this is probably fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's all good. No big deal. I'm
I don't
just
think
gonna.
I did anything wrong personally.
Yeah, I just not a big deal. So
I
you.
killed a thief, so.
Yeah, that's what it is. So sadly, while you're traveling down there, down there. While you are down there, you actually are going to get approached. You're going to get approached by one person who's doing that whole leaning against the building and picking some dirt from underneath his fingernail with a dagger. And then as you're kind of like walking by, he kind of like rolls out and he's like, "Hey there, sweetness."
I'm gonna kill so many people.
Please no more killing. Please. No.
So I will try to like just walk away. It's like I don't want to kill another person right now, and I will say that out loud. Like I don't want to kill another person.
Yeah.
Go away.
I hear that problem. I know what you're talking about. So, sweetness, where you swinging that?
Is he wearing armor?
If he is, it's probably light armor underneath his shitty clothing.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna keep walking.
You don't really need to go much further than where you are. I mean,
Oh my
whatever
God.
you're trying to find, I got it right here, sweetness. So,
Oh, that's not done as a spell card. Change that to an attack. There we go. I fixed it. Yay.
okay, you hold a 19 for your chance to hit. So you grab at this guy. Go ahead, roll your damage. Ah, what the fuck? And so when he does that, all of a sudden,
Back the fuck off.
3 other people come popping out, each one of them holding daggers, and like, "Oh, we got a feisty one here, huh? Yeah, let's get this one." Roll me initiative, please, Aaron.
Use
Right.
your fly power.
Roll me initiative.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to just fly out of here apparently.
Well,
I kinda just wanna kill him though.
roll initiative
First,
either way.
okay.
I am pulling initiative. Hold
Roll
on. I don't have a
Well-
mini.
Ooh, wrong button. You have a mini.
That
What's your next-
died in honorable
what's your-
battle. Kieran's gonna
what-
die in
what's
an
your-
alley.
Right?
Yeah, what's your next character's name, Aaron?
Charlie.
I might go with the bard.
Ooh, Charlie. For,
I have another character. Are you ready to go?
Huh,
like the name
that's
Charlie.
funny. It is already ready to go.
Charlie is a nice name.
Oh, I got an
First
18
character.
too, but the wind
like
goes to the wind goes to the character. So all right, so we both have 18s. Wind goes to you. It's your turn. You have an injured guy in front of you, and then 3 others that are just out of your reach.
Alright, so let's kill the injured guy first. Try to set an example. I'm gonna twin this chromatic orb.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that one towards the one that's injured, and
That's a fucking
the
hit.
other one.
Why does
Where's
you
your
always
hit?
do that?
I
You
know.
always do that.
One hand.
it's
is a
very
lot of
true
So-
to character.
I kill that guy
Yeah.
outright, I imagine, and I fling the other spell wildly. This is lightning damage,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just gonna tell them to back the fuck off,
Mm-hmm.
or they're all going to die.
Your other spell didn't miss.
It didn't?
No, these are like malnourished little shitbags that live
They're
deep
dead.
down in the.
They're
yeah.
super dead.
And I, so you just throw lightning damage at the injured guy. So you just like back off, drop stand, turn around, throw the other one. It is wild, and it's one of those things where it would have missed him if he didn't freak out so much from you killing the guy immediately in front of him that he accidentally ran in the way of the blast and drops down dead. So so the 2 of them fry dead.
I'm just gonna say, back the fuck off.
Make me
like,
an intimidation check as a free action.
I'm not in a good mood right now.
Intimidation as a free action. Bam. Oh yeah, let's get out of here. And they both go running off their own ways. You continue making your way through the city. Make me another insight check, please.
Yep.
Huh, not bad. So at another point in time up ahead, you are able to see that clearly there's some sort of something happening. There's a bum that's lying in the ground over there, but it keeps looking at you, like fairly often looking at you. And so you're kind of like looking and you're like, huh. This is strange. And you kind of look around, try to see where things are going. And there are many different paths that you can take right now. But all of them just have their own feeling of danger. The one that stands out most in your mind is the one where the bum just keeps looking at you. How do you handle it?
You know what? I'm just gonna levitate and go up.
So all of a sudden you cast Levitate, which instantly
I'm just gonna-
launches you
like,
up
in
some.
like a subtle area. I'm just gonna go up. Like, all right, I'm gonna go back to the house beneath area now, and
Soft
maybe they'll arrest
levitation.
me.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll arrest me. Maybe they won't. Like, let's just
So
figure
beca-
out how this is gonna go.
Because your spell allows you to move over some, you just kind of like...
Yep.
And so you do that, and then the person that was kind of like the bum on the ground.
I will wave to him.
And so you keep
He
rising
lucked
up.
out.
Could you do me a favor?
He's alive, so.
Could you
Yep.
roll me a perception check?
Yep.
He's flagging you down. It was really Starboy the whole time.
So your perception is high enough that when you're looking up, you do see, because it's pretty obvious, there's a group of them. There's two of them overhead. They're literally one just tossed to the other one a bit of rope, and they both have it out there. And then there's two people that are over your head holding a rope,
look at that.
ready for you to just kind of get like tangled right up into it. Sorry, you're a single
right.
woman all by yourself,
Yeah,
floating around
whatever.
the lower cogs.
Chromatic orb, fire damage, burn the rope.
Okay, so make me a attack roll, but the DC is going. Sorry, the AC is going to be 5.
Yeah, that's fine. I should spin that.
Are you kidding me? Roll your
Ooh.
damage.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
Those people.
Yeah.
Gone.
So this
Well,
is
but
because
you
you targeted the rope. Instantly, it's not like one of those things. Okay, you set the rope on fire. Like literally, you throw the chromatic orb up there and just the entire rope everywhere just flash fires, immediately incinerated, like just straight ash everywhere. Is gone, almost like it's what's that paper called that you use on film that's designed to, you know what I'm talking about?
Like flash paper. Yeah.
Yeah, flash paper kind of thing. So it's all completely gone. Actually, they're like, ah! And they jump back with surprise, maybe a flash of light burning of their hands. And they just kind of like leave you
And I
alone
can
as
actually
you...
use that spell, my tempestuous magic, to go further up and just skyrocket. Like
You
just
do-
fly.
You do exactly that, and nobody bothers you until you finally make your way to where it is that you're trying to go.
Yeah.
So later on, you're able to rejoin with the party again. You have the supplies that we just talked about. Like I said, there's a few articles of clothing, and the obnoxiously gaudy bracelet that he always wore, even when he was younger.
See, I probably would have just gone back to the Denise house and just waited for the party there. Probably would have just, I'm not going back to the place where I just murdered a bunch of people. Just gonna put some distance between myself and that.
Okay, so that's fine. You just meet up with the party. We can just flash forward to you guys
Okay,
all meet
cool.
up together. Okay, the three of you guys have failed. You have succeeded. Before we meet up with the party, I know that somebody just joined us. Hi, Sponge Man. But we are actually going to take a quick break. So go take a pee, get an alcoholic beverage or a less exciting one. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Thank you so much. See you shortly.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.